Hello, bells. Right. Left. Middle. Right. Ow! Right. Middle. Left. Right. There's a quiet, melodic chime from all three bells before their discordant voices meet in one powerful, rising rush of sound. It seems to fill the whole of the temple, a driving flood of song that drowns all other thought. As the tolling fades, you hear a creak from the direction of the doors as the passage to the lower level swings open. Hooray!
Light, flame, and sound.
Really?
We'll keep to ourselves.
Yeah.
Ready when you are.
Right first.
You know, it's strange looking back. All the time I spent here growing up. Never seeing what was coming.
Oh fuck! Good luck! Away! You two, guys. Oh, that's all fun and dandy. There we go.
I'll see what I can find.
Okay.
Lava beyond.
Very nice. Okay, good. Makes things a lot easier. Ah, shit.
Lava beyond sea.
Nice. Oh god.
Oh,
Why are you running around and attacking shit close range? Stop doing that. Oh, it's probably because you're trying to cast the touch spells. That's why. Okay, stop that.
Yes?
There we go. Okay, everyone's sorted. Good. Let's get Rogue.
Yeah?
Oh boy. Look up.
Brave thou sea lord.
Doof.
Lava beyond sea. Lava beyond.
Beyond sea.
Lava.
Good. Hold on. Hey,
Ready when
that's
you
what I
are.
was looking for.
As promised.
Nice, good job. A ring, awesome. And potion of resist double. Good. A ring. Yeah. +5 fortitude, reflex, and will. Very nice. A good little boost. Some magic. Yeah, that loops around. The next port of call shall be down here.
Ready when you are.
Forward! Ooh, wait.
Brave thou sea lord.
Run, run. Oh god! Oh god, they surrounded you! Attack! Attack now! Run! Run! Get the fuck out! There we go.
Blast!
Okay. Hey! What a shot. God, I love the guns in this.
Roak 10!
So some... Cool beans.
As promised.
Nice. Oh fuck! Run away! Ooh. Ouch. Yeah, there's some severe burns there.
Ready when you are.
Okay, let's keep detecting traps, shall we? Ay, ay, ay. Ah! Attack it! Thank you. Alright, this place has been exciting so far. Lots of spirits today. Not too surprising considering the massacre.
Ready
that
when
went
you
on
are.
here.
Nothing will slip past me.
I really wish I had a way of actually
What?
healing wounds, not just endurance.
Yeah?
It's only endurance, though. Alright, this door? What's behind door number 1? Fucking nothing. Ah, ghosts, goody. Alright, you guys, come deal with this.
I'll have this open in no time.
Yes.
That'll do it.
Brave thou Philox.
Yeah, more ghosts. Alright, how are you boys doing? Yeah, pretty well. Yeah, that one's dead from gun.
Just say the word.
Gone! This is flooded, interestingly. Alright. You boys head up that way, clear out that business.
Ready when you are.
Here, we'll come out this way. Curses!
Not a problem.
And more still. Alright, well with these ones we can...
You're mine.
Down into darkness. Turn around, please. Thank you.
Not a problem. Hey,
Is there a run? I think there ran. Come on, party. Down this way. Come on, come on, come on. There you go. Go attack that. Kill. I think we're now fine to turn off the auto pause. Combat start, yes. Enemy spotted, yes. Yes. Character death, yes. Hidden object found, yes. That's it. Yeah. Oh,
say the word. You're mine.
I think Lord Raedric is pretty good. Sort of like the Lord Raedric fight is a good marker to see whether you're actually
Brave thou Philox
like
believe.
familiar enough with the mechanics of the game to be able to really play properly. Because that's definitely one of the hardest ones to get through during the early game. I don't really know beyond that because I haven't found the next incredibly difficult situation. Crumpled note. The Selector is fairly intact, though the parchment itself has been crumpled. Jest, I know that the temple bears boast great healing properties, and that your back ails you still. Still, I would ask that, if you are to indulge for the greater part of the day, you give over your key to the sanctum to someone else for safekeeping. It's not the first time we've been forced to wait to perform the day's rites, and Rectrix Obrica is often too far below to hear our knocking. The temple baths boast healing properties. Key to the sanctum, okay. I'm not sure what that's gonna bloody be. Okay. Let's actually take it. Stuff too. The Earthasian prayer. And the sun shall break through the darkness, the new dawn arriving with the rebirth of the day. Rejoice, all ye who dwelleth in the shadow, who are broken and beaten, the winter soon comes to an end. Spring shall rise, bringing light and life to the world. Radiant light, radiant life, and thy soul shall find warmth in his arms. All creatures bask in his glory. The rays of his countenance bathe the world, bringing an end to the night, ushering in the day. Kneel before him and wonder at his benevolence. Feel the warmth of his radiant presence. If thou art broken, he shall make thee whole. If thou art in darkness, he shall bring thee to the light. If thou art sinful, thou shalt be reborn. If thou art cold, his warmth shall bolster thee. How canst I, so lowly and worn, speak words of proper adulation? Thine eyes, whose gaze see the sin in me, yet still show love. Thine hands, whose grip pulls me out of the darkness. Thine ears, listening to my every prayer. Thine heart, bright as the dawn, giving me warmth when I am raw. Earthus, light of spring, sun of the world, thou givest me life and purpose. If thine heart be black, if thine intention be impure, thy life is forfeit. For he hath seen, he can see, he will see. Nothing is hidden from his glory. His light touches every corner of the world. Nothing is hidden from his sight. If thou dost thy work in the dark, if thou wouldst keep thine actions hidden, thou shalt be burned in the sun of the new dawn. Day comes soon, prepare for the dawn. Nothing is hidden from his reach. I like the religious texts, they're fun. Alright, come on, out you come. Everyone come. Come on. Situate yourselves like this.
Yeah?
Yeah. Oh, ooze.
Brave thou Seelock.
Away! Nice. Can you grab the, yeah, thanks. Right, party, come down.
Just say the word.
Well, there's a spirit as well.
Brave thou Seelock. Fearly.
I feel like I need to make two parties. One for the guy exploring and the
Yeah.
others for the others. Come on, get away. There's lesser is a really no trouble. I really should have done this before going after Warlord. That might have been enough. But then again, it might not have been enough. We do have a new member after all. Okay, those are definitely worshipping that thing. That's not good.
Hey,
Alright, you boys, head up that way. I think I'm gonna gather everyone up for this one.
What does the flame reveal?
They did sort of fuck me over last time. Alright. Switch! Attack! What's going on here? Oh, it's a Skulder King! I don't wonder why it's so difficult to take down. Jesus! There we go. Still got him there. And he's still just got a regular ear. Regular ear. That's certainly got to be trapped.
Margaren's fire casts light in dark places.
That's good.
Just say the word.
The Pilgrim's lasting vigil. The end of the Saints' War and the detonation of the Godhammer bomb is still mourned by followers of Aethys around the world. While the conflict diminished Aethys' following in the Dealwood, many remained faithful to the God of Dawn and redemption, confident that he'll one day rise again. Many followers make annual pilgrimages. So the Saints' War is the one where our dear friend Ray fought in. Confident they will one day rise again. Many followers make annual pilgrimages to shrines and temples of Aethys, or to what remains of them, on the anniversary of Saint Waidwen's death. The particulars of these vigils vary. In Red Keris, they are often marked by song and by the recitation of Saint Waidwen's sermons. In the Dealwood, where worshippers of Aethys are often persecuted, such ceremonies may involve standing in respectful silence until sunrise. It is customary for worshippers to wear armor or other articles that commemorate Aethys or his leadership through Waidwen. This helmet bears the sunburst emblem of the Red Keren army. It was likely first worn by a soldier serving in the Saints' War. +1 resolve, +1 perception. I shall take this. Just maybe not give it to the guy
Not a
who was
problem.
in the war against them. And we have... No, we have functional stairs. What could functional stairs lead to? The back area, apparently. As you step over the circle of candles, you hear a rattling clunk from the wall nearby. A door slides open with the grinding rasp of stone. Hey! Nice! Secret way in. Very handy. If I need to go rest or whatever, which probably do. The candles flicker gently as you approach. There is a gap above the altar, lined with broken glass, where a mirror may have once have been set into the wall.
The candles are still burning. Not bad for a dead god.
What is all this for?
Redemption. And they got this whole rite for when you come of age. They take you by the hand and you descend through the temple with your eyes covered, and that's supposed to be like a wicked life. They don't tell you where you're going. I was sweating like crazy when I did mine. They take you to that reflecting pool back there, and you're allowed to look at it so you can face your sins. Then, you come out into this room and you uncover your eyes again and everyone's there to greet you, all your friends and family. It's like you've been redeemed. You light your candle, and it burns with the others. Never had a feeling better than that my whole life.
Adio's eyes linger on the candles. He seems for a moment to be a younger man.
The candles are still burning. Not bad for a dead god.
We'll leave. I don't think I need to snuff one out for that one. Especially if it turns out to be his and he just goes Alright, let's keep going. To this way! No. Cool.
Just say the word. I'll go on ahead.
Hello. There's a screech of metal and a snapping noise as he pulls the lever. Whoops.
Remind me never to help kill my god again.
Yeah, it's... Yeah, this is... Right! Several corpses left here behind. Oh boy. Oh, something.
Found it.
That's fine. And there's a soul for me to investigate. Hello, soul. The light rises from the bones as you approach. You have a moment to register the faintest image of a standing figure, features a blur of mist or smoke before the world tilts. It is as if you have stepped sideways and into a new life. You are racing down a flight of stairs, following a weaving circle of torchlight. Your own panting breaths are loud in your ears. Panic and your robes alike foul your steps, and you nearly stumble before a hand reaches out to grip your arm and steady you. A fellow acolyte who smiles encouragement has reached the bottom. You run around and past the shallow reflection pool that marks the lowest point of the temple, following the dark shapes of the older priests as they lead the way toward the narrow hall that leads to the vault. You pass one of the torchbearers as you go. A harsh illumination of the flames reveals a familiar face. For a moment, your awareness spans time and identity, and you think Werton has joined you here at the bottom of the temple. In the memory, he glances at you for a moment, and then looks past at someone else. I'll come back. Once they're gone, he's saying. You're being pressed along by the crowd, and his words are glowing faint. Just keep quiet. We can't take any chances. Inside the vault, golden relics gleam like welcoming stars. The memory twists, jarring you loose from one moment and plunging you into another like a flung doll. There's only darkness around you now. You think yourself blinded until the knowledge settles onto you like a cloak. The candles have all burned away. You know now, too, with a sick certainty, that nobody is coming. There is a cracking noise somewhere to your left. A wet, slurping gurgle and a ragged sob. You cannot see, and so you cannot know which brother or sister has fallen, and which digs after what water a body may provide. You hear, in the faint murmuring to your right, the familiar cadence of prayer, but you no longer recognize the words. You are too tired to do harm. The thirst is like fire within you. Your tongue is thick in your throat, and every breath is a struggle that leaches strength from you. There is a light, they said, at the end of every bout of darkness. But this one does not end. The spirit releases you, and you come back to yourself in pieces. Your vision clears, the vault around you is revealed once more, cast in muted hues by the sickly illumination of the soul, still drifting like fading fog. Fear washes off the spirit in waves, fraying into your own emotions. I'm sorry. I hope you find some peace in the next life. Spirit seems to withdraw into itself. You sense less of its fear and confusion as it recedes, but the soul lingers still. No matter how many times I see you staring off at nothing, it doesn't get less weird. We'll gather the remains. You spend a few moments gathering up what you can find of the bones of the priests. It proves a heavy and gruesome burden, but you manage to recover them all. We're going to avenge a little spirit. Do-do-do-do. We're going to smash this guy's head in. Development of a Crucible Knight, Part 2, Senior Ranks. Commander and Forge Master. Once a path is chosen, the Knight's life is spent training in his preferred discipline. I imagine, given the location, this is the Crucible Knight is some kind of Aethys Knight. The Aethys Paladins, as opposed to the priests that live here. The pomp and formalities that surrounded his life up to this point are all but gone. The training is far more rigorous, and there is less ceremony to mark his progress. For most knights, Commander, body, or Forge Master, soul, are further than they will ever advance. The training of a knight at this level, while almost exclusively in the discipline he has chosen, is still rounded out with instruction from the other. A knight is not truly a knight if he does not have a full breadth of knowledge. When he passes from Justiciar to Commander, the knight is given a blue cape to wear with his plate armor. When the Templars rises to the position of Forge Master, he is presented with a white cloak. Marshal and Crucilar. After time spent training, an elite knight that shows true leadership potential and promise is elevated to the next level. A knight of the body becomes a marshal, and a knight of the soul becomes a Crucilar. At this point, he is in command of a small group of knights, Commander, Forge Master, and below. He is responsible for the recruitment, initiation, and advancement of new squires. Many knights do not want to advance to this level and beyond, because the role becomes less hands-on and more advisory. Marshals are known by their purple capes, while Crucilars are distinguished by a gold cloak. Lord Justiciar and Grand Templars. A marshal or Crucilar that shows true and effective command over the knights in his keeping may be offered the position of Lord Justiciar of the body, or Grand Templars of the soul. Truly a command position, a knight that accepts one of these roles will be removed from the front lines. Because of this, it is only the most dedicated leaders that take either of these positions. Lord Marshal and Grand Crucilar. There is not a single knight that oversees the entire group. This responsibility is split between the Lord Marshal, the body, and the Lord Crucilar, the soul. Any knight that advances to this position does so only with the support of the knights as a whole. He must be nominated and selected by a majority of all the knights. Once in this position, he is there for life. The Lord Marshal or Lord Crucilar may step down from his post if he so chooses, but that is only to retire from the life entirely. The stress and responsibility of this position is such that many refuse it, even if they are capable of handling it. Lord Marshals and Crucilars are well known and generally respected throughout the land, not just within the knights. Nice. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, well,
Hey, just say the word.
What?
we certainly found their fucking corpses, didn't we? Jesus Christ. 1 point in there, 1 point in stealth. Done. Ooh. Crippling strike. Yeah. Reckless assault. Ooh. Escape. Yeah. Or dirty fighting. Yeah, dirty fighting. 10% crits. Nice. Okay, I like it a lot. Alright then. The still dark waters are reflective as black glass. Yeah. Looks like we can't do anything with this then. It's just flooded. Alright, well, let's go punch a guy in the face. Fucking word there.
It was nice to see those candles still burning. I figured they'd have gone out by now.
Yeah. Me too, man. Hello. We're back.
Welcome.
Wetton smiles nervously as you approach. I think I've sorted out the worst of it. No, I'm hurting a little less. You were down there a while. Did you find anything? His eyes dart constantly about the ruins. You lied to me. What? I was clear about everything. The risks involved? Is that what you mean? I did say there'd be spiders, and I'll pay you, of course, for the trouble. Poof! Dush! You and I both know what I saw down there, and what they told me. Witten opens his mouth to protest, but something in your expression stops him. He swallows nervously and looks away. His voice, when he speaks, is small. How did you? How could you betray them? They trusted you. Witten makes a strange, wounded noise. Betrayed? I was never one of them. Mad followers of the Shattered God. If I could have chased them all out of town, if... You don't understand. I tried to help them. I did. Every day. Every single day. I went to that temple and I warned them. I told them that they were playing with fire and Redrick wouldn't be patient forever. And every time they'd shrug it off. Like I didn't know what I was talking about. Like it wasn't costing me. Coming in to try and help them. I could have been arrested right alongside them. What happened? Redrick sent word he was going to have them arrested. Drag them out, lock them up. They wouldn't listen. The Rectrix said they'd be reborn if anything should happen. She wasn't afraid. I convinced them to hide, at least. I have that vault full of old relics, gold and such. I thought I could hide in there, and once the guards left, I'd have something to sell for passage out of the Deerwood, back to Aedir. But when I told the men that the priests had already gone, they ordered the temple sealed. I couldn't get in again. There was nothing I could do. Aedir's eyes are wide, disbelieving. Nothing you could do but tell someone, get the town together, organize a rescue. I'd have dug them out with my own hands if I'd known. That was some of the last decent folk you left in this hole. No, he goes leftist people like you. Why did you send me down there? Because if Lord Redrick means to have the temple cleared, they would have found the bones eventually. They know I lied to them when I said the priests left, and I'd hang. I don't know if Redrick would have killed them. Maybe they'd be languishing in cells now. Maybe they'd be off somewhere in the Empire and I'd have a night's peace. I told you the way of it, Witten says, his voice rough. I told you what happened. Guess it's your turn now to make a decision. You've escaped justice for a long time. Not today. Ouch! Taxes collected. All earnings were lost to bandits. Pathetic. Let us go. Hey, they've cleaned up the fucking tree! Oh, thank God. That's collected. Still got bandits. Yeah. That's still constructing. No worries there. Okay. Please, don't cry. I'll give them a good burial. That's the last of them. Scattered between the roots are bracelets of twine and bead, wilting flowers and notes half erased by the rains. Gods! So many bodies. The Blackhound Inn's a fine place to sit and have a smoke. Shame about Pearly. Beasts are growing bolder. Keep out of trouble. Move along. They'll get gapes at you. You! You're the one who murdered Lord Redrick on behalf of that cretinous traitor. I'm sure you understand your request for housing and land is completely out of my hands now. The question is, will that cause complications? Nope. Not at all. Elos killed Urgat. You have gained reputation. Ha! Fair enough. Just gonna check inside here just to make sure that we don't have long-lasting consequences. Nope, good. Let's check our journal. Mother's Plea. Yeah, Orphra. Fragments of a Scattered Faith. Adir. Time and Tide. Merwold. Beneath. The Master Below. Settle the damn thing. Trials of Durance. Just travel with him. Never far from the Queen. Go to the city.
How do you do?
I'd like a room, please. A common room. Rest. And then we're gonna go deal with those goddamn bandits!